Newest member to the LSU basketball team is Adam Miller from the Fighting Illini as he put his name into the transfer portal. Will Wade cannot speak specifically about him, but he was all over social media. Miller was this past weekend saying that it was official. He's coming to LSU, and Miller is going to join Xavier Pinson, the transfer from Missouri, and also Terry Eason, who the LSU basketball program received the paperwork for over the weekend, approving the transfer from Eason from the University of Cincinnati. A lot like Miller here. Eason, a freshman this past season, and was one of the dominant players in the American Athletic Conference as he was an all freshman selection. So the rich get richer over the weekend, but not done. Our friend Willie Wade checking in this morning as it was good to see him over the weekend, hanging out in our friend Charles Harvey, Metropolitan Health Group, up at the Suite this weekend for LSU baseball. Only game of the weekend the Tigers win is a game that Mulkey and Wade show up to on Saturday afternoon. So the two basketball coaches bring in good luck. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Doing well. Hopefully I'm going to take some of that luck to softball today. We need to sweep today, this afternoon in softball. So we've been losing the first game and winning the next two. We've done that like 3 series, Missouri and Kentucky, a couple series in softball. So hopefully we can take our good mojo over to Tiger Park this afternoon.
Yeah, she's like 8-1 in the doubleheaders this year, is Beth Torina with the softball crew. So hopefully she can keep that rolling today as a doubleheader over at Tiger Park over the weekend. Coach, we said it, you can't mention the name specifically that popped over the weekend, but you have had tremendous success in the portal, which seems this is the new way to recruit your sport. Can you just talk about the success that the Tigers have had here early on, and then we'll jump into some of these names that have jumped into the boat?
Yeah, I mean, it's the new wave of recruiting, being able to mix really, really talented freshmen and young guys and, mix it in the portal. And so, it's a tightrope you're walking. It's a tight balancing act because, you've got to get some talented guys. You've got to upgrade your roster, but you got to keep, the young guys and the talented guys that you have in your program. You got to be able to keep them happy too and keep them in the program. And so I think, as much as getting in the portal is exciting, you've got to keep the pieces that you've got. We've got some really, really talented young guys with Eric Gaines and Wani, Alex Fudge. Like, we're really, really excited about those guys, and we certainly want to do everything we can to keep those guys with us while adding some guys around them. And I think we've done a good job of that so far.
This is usually when you do a lot of your research. This is usually when you do a lot of your fact finding and trying to get better for the next season. What's the agenda like as things start to ease up around COVID protocols for you as far as getting out, trying to learn basketball and trying to improve your program?
Well, not the most exciting stuff this time of year, but I have actually sitting in a binder right to the side of me right now. I have all of our offensive rebounds that we gave up this year, where we gave them up, and who was responsible. So I can figure out exactly where. Our defense was not the defense was not the issue, but the rebounding was, and there's 2 or 3 trends in the rebounding that I think can really, really help us. We've got to do a couple things quite a bit better just from my gloss over of the initial findings and initial studies, the 10,000-foot view. But I'm going to dig in and watch every one of them. I've already had somebody chart every one of them for me and show me where they went off and basically assign a responsibility to it. And we've got to get tougher. We've got to get more physical at the guard spot. We've got to be able to rebound better from the guard spot. I think that's the overall takeaway. It's not something I didn't really already know, but just being able to chart the shots and know where we gave up a lot of the shots from. If we keep the same defensive philosophy, which I like a lot of it, if we can keep that same defensive philosophy, we know where the shots are going to come off now, and now we've just got to be better at tracking those down.
You changed your defensive identity last season after a year under the new look and going into another season of installation and more of placing those principles on the defensive side. Where are you, and what did you think of it?
I thought it was solid. I thought we we obviously could have been better rebounding the ball. We could have been better getting our defense set with our transition defense. But really, the rebounding was by far the biggest issue. If we'd have just rebounded the ball 3% better, we'd have gone from, I mean, we were the worst defensive rebounding team in the league. But if we'd have rebounded 3% better, which is another like 2.5 a game, we'd have been middle of the road in the league, and our defense would have actually been top 50 in the country. And so it's just, it's in the margins when you get to that point. And so we've got to work on that. We've got to fix that. And I think we've got a good idea where the issues are now. Now we've got, 6 months to get it fixed.
Xavier Pinson got a lot of experience in this league, comes in and comes into your backcourt. And then Terry Eason is another one. Let's start with Eason, because I know you got the paperwork on him, and he's somebody that's coming in with minimal college experience, Coach. But when you look at his numbers and look at what he accomplished at the high school level, I mean, this is very much a high-end player.
Yeah, you look at what he did against in the state championship game for his high school out in Washington against Paulo Banchero, who's going to Duke. Just incredible performance. If you look at his, I didn't really know who he was. And then I started looking at his advanced metrics, and we have a numerical system we assign to all the transfers and all this stuff. And it came across my desk, and he showed up as a surefire SEC starter. And I was like, who is this guy? I started watching a bunch of film on him, and he has a 15% offensive rebounding rate, which is incredible. That'd have been the best on our team. And his block rate is top 5 in the country per minute played.
Which I know you love, right? I mean,
he's got a lot of similar qualities to kind of how Emmett played. We've got to continue to develop his perimeter game. Emmett shot 42% from three for us his last year with us. We got to continue to get Tari's perimeter game better, but he's going to be a really, really good player. He's tenacious. He's a hard worker. He's really focused in on basketball. He's a great student. He's an honor roll student. He's just a really good kid, and very, very excited to have him with us.
I love a basketball player out of Chicago. That's what Xavier Pinson is. He comes down to after a couple of years of the Missouri program, but is out of the south side of Chicago. What do you get in Pinson when he joins a program?
Well, he's a baller, man. He texts me every night watching NBA games. He's all over basketball. He's working out 2, 3, 4 times a day. Our biggest thing with him is we've got to continue to get his body better. We've got to get him on the right nutrition plan, on the right strength and conditioning program. Got to get him a little stronger, a little more durable. But we've got to continue to work on his shot, and we've got to get the turnover rate down a little bit. So there's some things we got to do, but he's a all SEC player. You look at his grades and where he is. He's got a chance to make a huge jump and be a first team all SEC guy, and in the conversation is one of the top players in the league. So we're excited about him too. So
I know the answer to this question, but just for our audience, are you done recruiting the portal?
No. We need at least 1 or 2 more. We need a big body. So we're in the hunt there. Hopefully we'll bring something home. We'll bag something this week, but we're in the hunt there. We need a big body, and then if we could find another 3-4, 4-3 type guy, kind of a versatile guy who can make some shots. We would entertain that. But if we get a big body, I think we'll be right there back at the top of the league. I think we're good enough now to compete at the top of the league, but we want to give ourselves a chance to win it and be a top 10, top 15 team. So we need one more big body one more live body to make that happen.
You are still in on some pretty high-end high school players right now as well in recruiting that could choose you here down the stretch. How do you balance recruiting the portal and recruiting high school? Because I know that both you love getting after, but how do you find the balance of building a roster around now that you have access to both?
Well, you've just got to make sure any of the high school kids you got to make sure that they're really, really good from day one and can help you can help you from day one and are ready to roll. So, it's really it's all the same. Can they help you compete? Can they help you win? Whether they're in high school, whether they're in junior college, whether they're in the transfer portal, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where they come from. It's do they fit what you do? Can they help you? Can they help you win? Can they help you compete? So, at the end of the day, that's what we're looking for, no matter where they come from.
Will Wade joining us here on the Jordy Culotta Show. Coach Wade in the LSU basketball program in the offseason. You mentioned some of the guys that you have on roster right now, Coach, and a lot of people curious about Xavier OneAL and how his development is in the offseason and how he is as far as the rehab goes.
Been working hard. I got some video from him. He's out in LA working out with a big time trainer out there this weekend, and I got some video from that workout. His shot looked good. He looked like he was moving well. So we're excited for when he gets back and when we can see when we can see all that progress.
Coach, everyone wants to know, what's it been like working with Coach Mulkey this past week?
We've texted a lot more than when we've talked, but she's been extremely busy. I think we're going to catch up a lot more this week. I think she's in town a little bit, but she's got a great vision for the program and for the basketball programs, and so I think it's going to be fun. And I know they've sold over 2,500 season tickets. We got to keep getting that up as well.
Coach, the sport coat that Sammy Willard had you in for the introduction to Coach Mulkey is getting a lot of play from last week. You've had that for a while now. I mean, I remember you wore that against Alabama a couple of seasons ago, right?
Yeah, I only wear it every once in a while, but I've got one. I got another one kind of like it, but yeah,
can't wait to see
the
that.
The sharp looking coat. I like it. I guess it's one of the better coats I've got, but this is the first time dressing up in a long time. It felt a little different. I kind of like wearing the polos and stuff all year. So it's the first time I was dressing up in a long time.
Some of your guys getting prepared for the draft process. We saw the NFL draft over the weekend. LSU had 7 go on Thursday, Friday, Saturday in the 3-day selection, but Cam Thomas seems like he's going to be an early selection for the NBA draft. We've seen Trendon announced that he was leaving, and Javonte. What's the process like for those guys?
Well, Javonte's still here right now. Trendon I talked to him last night. He was out. He landed out in California yesterday, and he was already in the gym working when I talked last night. And Cam's been out in California. They're both in LA or the Los Angeles area. Cam's been there since Wednesday or Thursday of last week. So I've been talking to him every day as well. So those guys are doing well and getting ready to start the process and start the next phase of their careers. They're both going to be very, very successful.
What did you envision with Darius at the next level? Has his decision been made, or where's the consultation at with Darius as far as the next level?
Well, he's in the draft. He's in the draft right now. I think he's in the process of gathering feedback. He's got some workouts set up for some teams, and so I think he's going to take the feedback from those teams and take the feedback from those workouts and see what the best situation is for him. See what the best decision is for him, and so I think he's got some opportunities, like I said, to show himself in front of some NBA teams, and then they'll give him the feedback on where he is, and he'll take that feedback and make the best decision, for him and his family. So we're behind him. I think, at this point, he would obviously prefer to stay in the draft and wants to stay in the draft, and we're certainly supportive of that. But if something were to change, and if the feedback changes his mind, we'd certainly be supportive of that as well. So, we'll see where it goes over the next 3 to 4 weeks. See where things shake out, and we'll be here for him and see where things go.
One from a listener, Coach Chili Vic wants to know, ask Coach Wade about Alex Fudge and where he fits in the offseason going into next year.
Yeah, Fudge has been working hard. He just got fully cleared he had 2 surgeries one on his wrist and on his non-shooting wrist, and one on his elbow. And he just got fully cleared on Friday of last week, and so he's been doing some shooting and some basic workouts, but now he's cleared to do quite a bit more. But he's a tremendous athlete. He was probably our best shot blocker in his limited time in practice. He's probably the best shot blocker we had this year. So he's long, he's rangy. So let's hope.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We'll see you soon. Thank you for the time this morning.
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you.